Hello everyone, this is Braxton, and today we are going to be playing some StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. And what we're going to be doing today is going to be a new show that I like to call, it was the Build Order Tester. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. The Build Order Tester, which is basically going to be, we test the build order that I either get from online, or I have an app for my phone that shows a lot of good StarCraft 2 build orders, and we just test it. Now, for the first episode, I'm going to do a really, it's, I would say medium Terran versus Protoss builds. It is really good against Protoss, I found. It's the 1-1-1 build. The 1-1-1 build is essentially one barrack, one factory, one starport. But I have put a little spin to it, because usually after you do the 1-1-1 build, you just you go wherever you want. But this build is a little bit more. I tell you like how to do like the whole game, because this build. Let's make the AI easy, because this is just I'm just gonna show you how it would work. I'm not gonna do anything crazy or anything. That's why I'm putting it on easy, just to show you how to do it and how to build it. It's not gonna, yeah. So that's basically on this build, the difference between the regular 1-1-1 build and this build is that on this build you get 2 siege tanks, 2 banshees, and like a handful of marines and SCVs to reinforce your army, and you just go all out. When you see the enemy's base, siege up a siege tanks in range, start shooting at their nexus slash command center, and then like go to town, like try to win the battle. And the most important thing on this build is to keep your siege tank alive. Your siege tanks are the thing that is going to be the huge target of the Protoss. So ways to counter this build, well, immortals. If you get immortals, it counters really well the build, because the immortals just deal heavy damage to the siege tanks, don't take too much damage, and even if you focus them down, there's gonna, like, an immortal 2 is just gonna completely obliterate those siege tanks. Oh, I forgot to set my rally point. And they're just gonna completely obliterate those siege tanks. Also, anti-air is required. Anti-air for Protoss is required if you are gonna try to hold off this build, for the reason of because banshees, the banshees are the key parts of this build, because the banshee is one of the more is basically the second strongest thing next to a siege tank. Let's begin with a 9 supply depot. I used to go with a 10 supply depot, but then I switched up and went with a 9 because why not? And then when you get enough minerals, just make the SCV that's building this build a barracks, a racks, like this right here. Just get the racks and complete your wall off. So let's continue talking about this build. This build is basically gonna be so as you can see, you just keep producing workers. At 11 supply, I usually get my wall, build my 12th SCV, get my racks. When you hit 13 supply, get your gas for your factory and your starport and the reactor. You're going to build in the racks and the 2 tech labs. If you want, I've found sorry, someone texted me. I found out that researching stim doesn't help you a whole lot. I've just noticed that. Let's get our refinery up and get an SCV. It just doesn't help too much, I figured out. And if you're playing Terran, always get out at least 1 marine to prevent scouts, to prevent scouting. If the player is gonna go for the scouting. And at 15, let's get our orbital up. 15, just get your orbital command up. Get those SCV on gas. And when this builds, when you get 100 gas, get I'm just gonna keep producing Marines. When I get 100 gas, get your factory. Maybe not, like 3 more until we get 100 gas. And then I'm just gonna call in the mule, switch it out with an SCV. So the SCV would go for the gas. Let's get some SCVs on here on this motherfucker. Okie dokie, we are gonna be able to soon build a. And here's the factory. Let's slide down, and you get the factory. Then after that, get your reactor. If you want, if you don't think it's going fast, then just go double refinery. I'm just gonna get some SCVs, like 3 more. 3 more, maybe we're gonna do it. Let's actually get this one out and get a reactor and do that. So you got 3 Marines to prevent scouts, factory and building, refinery and building. Let's get an SCV. And let's do this. We got double gas now. Everything should be producing as twice as fast. At least I hope, because this is kind of a gas dependent build. And now the starport. Let's get the starport and let's get the tech lab for this. You are going to get the tech lab and then switch it out with the thing, with your starport. We're gonna switch it out. Oh, I forgot to get a lovely supply depot. And when you see you're about to get when you're about to get supply cap, just get supply depots. I'm really not sure what the thing on supply depots is, and just constantly produce Marines. That is also another good idea that you should have. Always produce Marines. If you're going a heavy Marine build or a heavy like footman soldier build, like heavy racks build, just get your Marines out there. Just continue building Marines. Let's also get our supply depot here, and let's switch these 2 out. Let's lift off. After this, start getting your double banshee. And then get a tech lab for this, and constantly Marines. I cannot. And since I forgot to scout, let's just do that. He has a gateway, so he can't possibly be building immortals to counter my build. Okay, we good. Let's go double siege. Oh, we don't want to. Shit. Now we do double siege tanks. Let's go. We roll in, they hating. I just don't give a shit. Let's do that. Hotkey this to 2. Let's get our mule out there. Produce some SCVs. Always produce SCVs. That is a rule of general Terra macro builds, or basically any type of macro / build. But for this, they're producing SCVs to reinforce your army, because the SCVs are basically going to be your front lines. They're going to go for the front lines so Marines are protected, or you can reinforce them around the siege tanks so they repair them. That's usually what I do. I put some in the front. Oh, more supply depots. Oh, we got them. We got this, guys. We got this. So where's our little SCVs that was building the supply depot? Let's press F1 check. Ooh, there you are, buddy. Let's get another supply depot to build. I'm just screaming. Oh, hell, fuck you now, bitch. You don't do that. As you can see, he got our banshee a little bit low health. That's fine. Let's get another siege tank. Ooh, forced. A friend of mine is online. Let's just, if you want, you can research reactors or like anything that would help out your army, but I don't. I find it's a waste. It's a waste of Vespine. For this build particular, it's a waste of Vespine. Let's see if he has immortals. Just to check. No, he does not, but he has a robotic facility. He is probably getting either immortals or colossi, so that could be a bad thing because he could just totally own me here. But we have our siege tank. Let's, after this banshee, actually let's get a banshee here so I can put some pressure on him. Let's get the Banshee Scout. And that's also another reason we get the Banshees first. If you want, you can go the early Banshee Scout. And Forest. He is really into Hearthstone, and I'm just asking him if he wants to verse in Hearthstone. And I bet he does, because he's like way too much into Hearthstone, I would say. He is okay at Hearthstone. He is better than me. Yes, he is better than me. I could clarify that. What does he have? What does he have? Okay, he has Stalkers. He does have Stalkers. That is, something that will get my Banshee his panties in a budge. Come on, we got a ball snack noodle. Maybe. We have a joke. So, you guys are probably never gonna get the joke, but own it pranks. That's all I'm gonna say. Own it pranks. I think we have enough to own him, own his face off, on the bot's face off. But first, let's actually get a little he has let's repair the Banshee. Let's repair. Okay, we good. Banshee and a siege. It is never, you can never have too many siege tanks for this build. Just think of it this way. Siege tanks are the thing that's gonna own your opponent. That's like the ball sack noodle. It's gonna completely destroy them. Like, that's why the opponent's gonna say GG, because of the siege tanks. So if we're gonna be like, oh, the Banshees did a lot of damage on this build and played, I'm gonna go Banshee Marine. No, no. Because if the Protoss has like 10 Stalkers, he's gonna slap you around and be like, what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? So I think we have enough of our room. Let's select everything. Yes, I usually even have a smaller army with this build, but let's go out with this. Let's get our SCVs. No, it depends on how all in you want your build to be. Depends on how much SCVs you want to bring into the action. So let's roll out. Roll to the enemy's base. First thing you do, try to get your siege tanks in range without destroying them. And siege them up in a range of maybe the expansions, Nexus, or if he doesn't have an expansion Nexus, just try to get up the ramps, set up the siege tanks like near to the bottom, to the bottom of the ramp. So when his units go try to fight him, the siege tanks are just gonna go to town with him. And yeah, this is, let's see, yes, he does have an army. I'm not liking this. Let's siege these guys up. Fueled up, ready to go. And okay, we did not get too many units taken out. I heard some, my Marines were like, oh! So we did not get our too many units. Oh, and the expansion Nexus, Get the siege tanks, take it, E! And destroy everything. His probes first though. Because he can't have too many workers. Destroy his assimilator. Basically, his base cannot live. This is the whole point of this build. Oh, what? I just moved StarCraft. No. Oh, sorry guys, if StarCraft's out of frame, it just randomly moved the window, and I'm so sorry about that. It probably did move out of frame, so I'm really sorry. Let's just continue. But you guys get the idea of what to do. Destroy. Siege up. Usually, this here, his main base is where the big battle happens. What is he building? I cannot figure out what the fuck he is building. But I don't like this. What is this? A robotics bay. I see here. What are these? Warp prisms? So he was thinking of doing warp drops. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, buddy. Okay, you think you can outsmart me? No. Fuck, yo, shit. He was gonna try to go warp prism. I haven't seen a bot actually do that before. A warp prism try to go for war prism drops, or at least I expect there were war prism drops. Let's unsiege these guys. And the GG! The GG! Right here, guys, the GG. If you want, and the void ray is the thing that doesn't. If you have more mass void rays, you could focus them on the siege tank, but usually not a good idea to mass void rays against this build. Actually, it is, but the Marines are just gonna go to town with the void rays. So, you know, every build has its pros and its cons. Counters to this build, as I said before, Immortals. Immortals are a really good counter. Is he building a base here? Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Kill it. No, kill the probe. Oh, they're gonna build a base. Welcome to deployment. Die, just die. Die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. If you're having siege tanks problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, and siege tanks ain't one, but this Protoss opponent surely is, and he was defeated with the final simulator takedown. And so, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to try out this build for yourselves to try it against a Protoss player. As you can see, this game did last 20 minutes, so sometimes games could go a little bit out of hand and go for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes with this build. But one tip that I did not do while this was happening: always reinforce your army. I just forgot to reinforce it because it's a bot. I knew I was gonna just wipe the floor with him, so I knew he wasn't gonna beat me, so that's why I didn't reinforce. But if you're playing a Bronze League game / other type of game in StarCraft against a Bronze League player, just always reinforce your army. As I said, counters, Immortals, that mass void rays could be your bane if the other player doesn't have too many Marines and just has like a more siege tank focused / siege tank banshee focused army. So that is also another thing that could counter this build. So thank you guys for watching. I was Braxton, and welcome to my world.